What is up, YouTube? This is Drew, and today I'm bringing you the new ban list that came out today. So this list takes effect November 9th, and we'll get the old list all the way until November 8th, if you can't read all that stuff right there. So in my last video, I said that I really wasn't too pumped to play Yu-Gi-Oh! There was a regionals last week that I could have gone to, and ended up just not going. I wasn't interested. I just keep seeing Necros, Burning Abyss, Shaddolls, and stuff like that. And it just got very stale and very boring. I wasn't having fun, and so I took a pretty long hiatus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably about a month and a half long, but I am back, the Gadgetologists are back, and we are here, especially with this new list. I'm very excited. After reading through it, there was just big hits. I felt like Konami really put their foot down and made some huge edits, and the game is going to change. This is a defining list. It is a really big, bold list, in my opinion. Whether it's good or bad depends on you and what you think. So we're gonna take a look, see what we got, and then that'll be it. So starting with the banned cards, Clefort Towers is gone. No more Towers Turbo. None of that anymore. Another card that got banned was Shirt, the Strategist of the Necros. That's a big move. Shirt was the one that could cover all the stars for a tribute, and when he was tributed, he could search a warrior Necros monster from deck to hand. That's a very good card, so I could see why that's getting banned. They put it to 1, and it was still really good. Another card to get banned was Shaddoll Construct. This was big in my eyes. You saw how ARG kind of messed around. I think they put it to 2, then they banned it, then they brought it to 1, I think. It was something like that. Please correct me in the comments below. But here Konami just puts their foot down and makes 3-0, just kills it right away. That's a very interesting move. Yeah, that's wow. I can see why it's getting banned, though. The card is really crazy good. And the last card to get banned was Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. This card makes sense to get banned, so I mean, rank 4s are really easy to make this day and age. What's up, clowns? Looking at you. And so this just makes sense, especially as a very bailout. If you get outplayed and out-resourced, this card can just put you right back in the game. And for some players, that's very frustrating. Some players, it's a ray of hope. And for most people, it's both, because I know a lot of people that have used Exciton. So, yeah, definitely ban-worthy. That's it for the ban cards. Let's move on to the limiteds. The first one here is Clefort Scout. They're really attacking Cleforts right now. Like, Scout is the powerhouse card of the deck, pay 800, but now it's down to 1. We're gonna see if anybody keeps playing Clees anymore with only 1 Scout left now. It's a pretty bold move. Another card to get limited was the Graph Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. This was interesting. I was really trying to vie for Sir to get limited to 1, but apparently it's going to be Graph. Graph brings a BA monster from the deck, so it's a very interesting move. I like that they're actually touching the Burning Abyss monsters. I'm a big fan of this. Thank you. Mathematician is new to the ban list. Put to 1, and he was used in a lot of Shaddoll decks. Being able to just dump a Shaddoll monster, and you could drive it into something and get a free draw off of Destruction by Battle. It's a card. It's good, so seeing it to 1 is interesting. 2 cards that were big that got put to 1. Necros of Brionic and Necros of Unicorn. That was really big. Obviously Brio was ridiculous, and last format before the ban list, I really wanted to see Unicorn go to 1. I was pushing for that because I felt Unicorn was just a very ridiculously good card, especially at 3. People were just very reckless with Unicorn, but now that it's at 1, I love it. Love it. Ritual Beast Ulti Canhawk got limited to 1. So that's going to be interesting for Ritual Beast players. If they lose the 1 Canhawk, how big will that impact their game from now on? We're going to see how RB players try and play around that. So we'll see. Limited to 1 is Shaddoll Fusion. I'm also very happy about this move too. I felt like Shaddoll Fusion plus Battle Phase was get wrecked. Like, if you didn't have an answer to Construct, Attack 28, Shaddoll Fusion, going to another construct. Pluses, pluses. Like, this card just made it so good and promoted those OTKs. I'm very happy to see this card go to 1. Like, this was another card I was hoping would get hit somewhere on the list sometime, and it finally did, so I'm very happy about that. Another card I'm very happy about is Reinforcement of the Army. This card was so good, seeing as how you could search out the second or third probably most popular type of monster in the game. You could just search one out, and it was at 3. Like, Heroes and Tellers abused this card so much. Yes, those two decks weren't amazing format toppers, but even Necros used Reinforcement of the Army to go grab Shuret and whatnot. So I'm really happy to see this card go to 1. I think it should be a 1. I was appalled when it wins at 2 or 3. Like, that's just crazy. I'm happy it's back at 1, right where it belongs. That's it for the limited cards. Let's take a look at your semi-limiteds. We have Sir Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. This I really like too. I felt Sir could just recycle Dante so much, and Dante could just pull Sir back. You just create a loop like that, and it got really annoying sometimes trying to fight through that loop. So Sir going to 2 and Graf going to 1, I'm a big fan of. I'm actually like that they're hitting Burning Abyss monsters. The deck has been around for about a year and a half now, so it's very nice to see that they're making these hits on a deck that's been dominant for so long. That is it for the semi-limited 2. So let's take a look at cards that are no longer on the list, and those include Chaos Sorcerer. I mean, we have BLS, so it just makes sense. 6 Samurai Shien. This card also makes sense. Plus, there's so many effect monsters these days that can pop monsters that wasn't when Shien first came out that made Samurai so good. So, plus we have multiple Raigeki, or 1 Raigeki, multiple Dark Holes and stuff like that. If you honestly want to waste 2 cards to get Shien off the board when you have monster effects that can do the same thing. So, that's fine with me. Spellbook of Fate and Yugioh, both going from 1 to 3. Seems big. That's kind of a big move. I mean, both decks were kind of really good back in the day, but putting these back could impact the metagame. Not really expecting it, but hey, who knows? I'm sure there's a lot of good players that would like to break Yugiohs and Spellbooks again. So one of my good friends played both of the decks. He was a pretty good pilot. So that's it for the ban list. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what decks you think will take over from the new ban list, and what decks are you going to play now that we've received the new ban list. Me and the rest of the Gadgetologists were probably sticking to gadgets and playing a few different decks on the side, but I'm sticking with primarily gadgets, and I'm very excited for this list. I think it's a list we can play in. I think Konami was not messing around, and they made some big moves, better than they've made in a while, in my opinion. That's just me. So leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys later.